Alright, how we doing tonight? Decided to make this video outside. Of course, you can see in the background it's dark. But I don't know how good, I just want to be outside. I like it outside. Out here living in the country, hear all them crickets and owls and things like that, coyotes. I just enjoy being outdoors. But anyway, here lately, some of my other videos, I talked about, getting older and medical procedures. And we got lower back pain all the time. But anyway, it's been years, quite a few years ago, I had to have a barium enema. A barium enema. Yes, it sucks. But anyway, what they did, excuse me, what they did, took me in, put me on this table, I had on a hospital gown, put my knees up in these stirrups like I was going to have a baby. And then he said, the doctor comes in, he rolls his machine in there, and he's holding something in his hand, looked like well, I'm not going to say what it looked like, but anyway, he said, I'm going to insert this. He said, just relax. And so my knees are up in the stirrups, and he inserts the thing. Then he said, I got to pump it up. I started laughing. I pump it up. I said, dude, it's big enough already. Well, he said, I got to pump up the top of it so the actual tip gets bigger so it won't pop out. Anyway, I had to spit. But, all right, he does all that. Then there's this bag of barium hanging on a rod. And looks like milk, really, what it looked like. So he opens the valve and this milk starts in my body from the opposite end. Then he says, well, we're going to have to roll you over so it can fill up your, intestines and stuff. So I'm sitting up in this stirrups. I'm laying on my back, feet up in the air, device in my rectal regions. And they roll me to the right, roll me to the left. Nurses are helping him, and finally they get this whole gallon of milk dumped in. Then they let some of it back out because they wanted to see if my appendix was working properly. So then he said, okay, I'm going to pull this thing out. Can you hold it? I said, you want me to hold that thing you got in your... He said, no, I want you to hold the fluid that's in your body until you can get to the restroom. I said, well, doc, I said, I'll try my best, I promise you. And the restroom was right beside the bed. Just, 10 feet over to the right-hand side of me. So he pulls this thing out. And I'm having the worst cramps I've ever had in my life. I mean, I'm sweating. This is so bad, because your body ain't designed to be filled up that direction. But anyway, he pops this thing out. I said, get out the way. I jumped up, run to the bathroom. I didn't even bother with closing the door. Nothing. People walking by, nurses. I mean, I didn't care. And when it turned loose, I'm going to tell you something. If you ever seen them NASA photos, them rockets taking off up in the air, they sit there for a second with all that flames coming out, and then they gradually, barely start to move, and over time they pick up speed. Well, I promise you, when that body was getting rid of what I had, I probably was hovering. I figure I was hovering about 3 inches off the toilet seat. And it sounded like somebody had on a fire hose spraying it, but it was a terrible, terrible experience. Funny as hell, but it was a terrible experience. And that stuff don't just come out all at once either. Some of it stays in. So the next day, me and my brother riding around, running down 287 in his truck, and it hit me again. Same kind of pains. I mean, I was laying in his floorboard. I mean, doubled over in pain in his floorboard, and him hauling ass trying to find somewhere to go that I could get out of that truck. And finally found a place, but it's a disgusting story. But I tell you what, it was funny as hell at the time. But anyway, I'm enjoying the outdoors tonight, enjoying this little cooler weather we're having, listening to the crickets, and I'll holler at y'all later.